Our next film is another serial killer movie, released just weeks apart from Seven, the one we just reviewed. It's called Copycat, starring Sigourney Weaver and Holly Hunter. Sigourney Weaver plays Helen Hudson, a criminal psychiatrist who, after a brutal attack by a serial killer named Daryl Lee Cullum, played by Harry Connick Jr., is left alcoholic, drug addicted, and so agoraphobic that she can't leave her apartment. 18 months after her attack, she has not recovered at all and is roped into assisting two homicide detectives, MJ Monahan, played by Holly Hunter, and Durbin Getz, played by Dermot Mulroney, who are on the trail of another serial killer, believing it, like Jodie Foster in The Silence of the Lambs, that it takes one to know one, or something to that effect. They enlist her help because this serial killer is imitating other serial killers. And, soon it becomes a cat and mouse game between these two women and a brutal serial killer. And, this is a great movie because it's smart, it's well acted, and it's well told by, Director John Hamill, who never gets enough credit for his movies. Entrapment is one, Creation is another.
I like Summersby.
I haven't seen that, unfortunately. But the direction is crisp, the editing is precise, and you have two indelible characters. And Holly Hunter, in this movie, she is just so awesome. She's so spunky and fun, but she's also tough. Yeah. And, smart. And, she's just great in this movie. Sigourney Weaver, is also, once again, playing a, strong woman fearing for her life, much as she did in the Alien franchise. But I really like this movie because it's so interesting because it has so many, smart facts about serial killers, true or not. It doesn't really matter. And it's scary, it's suspenseful, and I really liked it, so I give it 3.5.
Okay. Yeah, it's 3.5 for me as well. And yeah, it plays right in the you mentioned Sigourney Weaver and Holly Hunter, their wheelhouse. It's like this is what they do best.
Yes,
their characters. So that's awesome right there. It is a good cast all around.
Dermot Mulroney is very good.
Yeah. He's the likable,
the scene with the cheeseburger. Again, it's inconsequential, like in some of the scene we were talking about earlier, but that's very funny. It's really cute.
Yeah. Who surprised me was Harry Connick Jr. How creepy.
Oh my god.
He is this.
He is like Hannibal Lecter creepy.
Yeah, like to the point where I'm like, are you sure you're that good of an actor, dude? I see him, when he's a host on American Idol, Judge C, and I'm like, I just still see him in the bathroom stall scene.
Oh god.
Yeah, creepy, terrifying films. This film, so as we mentioned in Seven, it's a lot about what has already happened,
right?
And what's to come, but not what's to come, to the victims. This one is giving you the sense of fear of what somebody
can do to another person.
Yeah, and and the fear both of obviously anyone would be terrified in any sort of encounter with a serial killer, and then the lingering fear and how that affects you too. So it's totally, they're both serial killer films, a great double feature. I feel like
if you're up for that kind of nerve shredding, but
it's giving you fear from different angles,
right?
This is like you said, it's a smart script. It's thrilling. The cast is great. It's one of the best serial killer films I can think of. Right there, Seven, and very interesting that they came out just
right. And one thing I want to mention is it's just so fascinating. All this trivia about serial killers, and she says I'm the goddamn pinup girl. They all know me. And then the clues about how a serial killer works, how he thinks, and so that adds to the suspense because we know the rules of what we can and cannot expect. And that's a masterstroke in thrillers like this because not knowing anything about basically not establishing a set of rules of what can and can't happen. Is especially when it takes place in the supernatural of some kind, which this movie doesn't. But that's paramount, because otherwise it's going to appear like it's making itself up as it's going along. But no, this is a very good movie because it's just so goddamn smart. But it's not like pretentiously smart. It has idea. The characters talk like real people, and they think and they plan moves. They plan on what to do next, but they also know when there's nothing that they can do, and they just have to take a deep breath and hope everything goes for the best. Right. Which is just terrifying. Right. But one thing I also liked is that it unmasks the killer. You see him, before the end, and which which kind of avoids the talking killer syndrome that has bugged on so many movies like this, and which Cowboy Bebop so successfully parodied. At least I thought so, but you have no taste apparently. Alright,
so we'll dig in there.
Yeah, well, you deserve it. No, but and the actor who the biggest flaw with him is that the actor who plays him just isn't creepy enough. He really is, especially compared to Harry Connick Jr. in this movie. The guy comes across as a choir boy.
Well, that's William McNamara.
Yeah,
but actually, I like the contrast because I felt like Harry Connick Jr. served that creepy role, and with him, he is a serial killer, but he's a copycat, name of the film.
Right.
So he's a wannabe. So I think giving him more that regular guy look,
right,
and stuff, I thought that fits more with what he's trying to do.
Right.
Where Harry Connick Jr. looks like, there's
of course, William McNamara's character is supposed to be a poser, but I just thought he just didn't have the screen presence or charisma to really kind of lend the necessary energy to his scenes. He just came across as kind of a little flat. I think a stronger actor would have given the character a little bit more punch. But apart from that, this is a great movie, and I enjoyed it. And in some ways, I'm embarrassed to say so because it's really disturbing. But it's violent, but it's not it's strictly a thriller, not like a horror movie. It's not nearly as bloody as Seven or a lot of these other horror movies, but this is a good movie. I liked it. Yeah, I enjoyed it. All right.